In this video, I'll be showing you the best festive things to do in the Austrian capital of Vienna. From ultra-famous Christmas markets and more low-key gems, to the most dazzling light installations the city has to offer. And because I love you, I'll even give you a free map at the end of all these spots. Now, in case you're new here, hi, I'm Christina from happytowander.com. And this channel is all about practical travel guides from someone who's been there, done that. So be sure to like and subscribe for more. Now, let's start small and work our way up, saving my personal favorites for last. Around the city center, there's no shortage of Christmas markets to explore in Vienna, most of which are within easy walking distance to one another. Some smaller ones to check off your list include the ALTWIENER Christmas Market, a cozy market in the Freiung, which is a triangular public square that becomes home to about 60 different vendors during the festive season. A perfect spot to browse and grab a bite in peace, a bit removed from the heaviest tourist crowds. Close by, there's also the Weihnachtsmarkt am Hof, which is held in a beautiful square lined with centuries-old buildings and topped with a glittering string light canopy. This market had some really nice laid-back vibes, as well as a lovely arts and crafts section selling unique gifts. Plus some very cute mugs as well. Another noteworthy small Christmas market can be found in Stephansplatz, in the shadow of Stephanskirche, or St. Stephen's Cathedral. The backdrop here is undoubtedly stunning, with the cathedral itself hosting a variety of Advent concerts throughout the season. And from here, you're also close to some of Vienna's most beautiful and most iconic lighting installations, like the famous chandeliers along the Graben. I warn you, it does get very crowded here, so the later you go at night, the better. There's also tons of unique lights all along the little side streets here, so definitely pencil in some time to explore. But if it's glitz and drama you're looking for, let's talk about probably the most photographed Christmas market in the city, the Wiener Christkindlmarkt at Rathausplatz. Attracting millions of visitors a year, this is definitely one of the busiest markets in the city, but it's also probably the most beautiful. As its centerpiece, you'll find a giant Christmas tree decked out in thousands of lights. Since 1959, this tree has been provided by a different Austrian province each year, sometimes even including the neighboring Italian province of South Tyrol. At the foot of the tree, you'll find a nativity scene, as well as an array of almost 100 stalls selling food, drinks, and gifts, ranging from genuine handmade goods to tackier, more mass-produced souvenirs. Still, while the crowds are thick and the prices are high, this market has a lot to offer. From an idyllic skating rink and carousel, to plenty of lighting installations and photo ops. I'd say this is a great market to quickly admire for its beauty rather than linger too long for food, drink, and shopping. Make sure to time your visit for after sunset though, to see the city's Instagram-famous heart soar across the market, a spectacle that takes place every 30 minutes until 9 p.m. Just beware that it can glitch from time to time, like it did for us. Don't worry though, it restarted and performed the whole show pretty soon after. For a slightly more low-key experience, a 10-minute walk away, you'll find the incredibly atmospheric Christmas village at Maria-Theresien-Platz, between two of Vienna's most beautiful museums, the extravagant Kunsthistorisches Museum and the Museum of Natural History. A highlight for many here are the boot-shaped mugs, which are super cute, with special souvenir ones you can purchase as well in delightful colors like lavender and gold. Because yes, Christmas market mugs are half the reason I go, so comment mugs below if you're on the same page. Now, I find the atmosphere here is way calmer than Rathausplatz, with gorgeous backdrops and a small but nice selection of food and drink, plus actual space to enjoy it if you head closer to the center. Similar to the Christmas market at Rathausplatz though, the shopping here is fairly limited. Much better for gifts would be the Art Advent Market at Karlsplatz. While not a secret by any means, the vibe at this market feels much less touristy than the main ones just mentioned. Since 1994, this art advent market has focused on regional handicrafts and is actually the only advent market in Austria where all the food and drink is certified organic. Granted, there aren't a ton of food options and everything here is fairly expensive as well, but we did enjoy a great baked potato and some nice glühwein. All with the picturesque backdrop of Karlskirche, a beautiful Baroque church that looks nice even when it's half covered in scaffolding. In addition to a variety of stalls spread across the square, there's some really cute play areas for kids as well, including a manually operated carousel, some farm animals, and randomly just a pit of hay where kids were frolicking and throwing hay at each other, which I thought was the funniest thing. Time your visits well and you can observe some artisan demonstrations too. Now, if you prefer a more low-key vibe, I can definitely recommend heading slightly outside the main core to visit some less tourist-oriented markets. These ones tend to be less dramatic and less wow-worthy, but they offer a much calmer atmosphere for actually enjoying your glühwein and shopping in peace. The first one is only a 10-ish minute walk from Maria-Theresien-Platz, and is commonly considered a local's favorite. I'm talking, of course, about the Weihnachtsmarkt am SPITTELBERG. This cozy neighborhood market is arranged along narrow lanes and small courtyards, giving it a much different feeling to the grand markets of the city center that are hosted in sprawling squares. The selection of vendors here is unique and eclectic as well. A little farther afield, you'll find one of my personal favorite Christmas markets in the courtyard of a local university. This market may not have the extravagant wow factor of some of the city's more famous markets, but it makes up for it with a wholesome local-oriented ambiance, a great food selection, and enough vendors to keep browsing interesting. You can also play some curling, cozy into one of the festive on-site eateries, or just walk around and soak in all the beautiful lights and atmosphere. This market tends to stay open a little bit later than the others as well, which makes it an ideal spot to end your evening. Plus, you can't really complain about the adorable homey look of their mugs. Leaving the city center, another standout Christmas market, and one of my personal favorites, is the Christmas market at Schönbrunn Palace. With one of the most spectacular backdrops in Vienna, this newly revamped Christmas market is home to 90 decorated stalls spread across the palace courtyard, with an adorable star-shaped entryway, a handful of funfair rides, and plenty of stalls selling ornaments, gifts, and classic Christmas market treats. Granted, the stalls here sell very similar goods to what you'd find at other Christmas markets in the city, but it's tough to compete with the stunning palatial backdrop here, especially at night when the day trip crowds thin out, and you have space to breathe, browse, and maybe even indulge in a bit of skating. They win bonus points with me as well for their mugs paying homage to the palace's most famous resident, Empress Sisi. And if you want to keep the palace theme going, Belvedere Palace is also known for their small but nice set of Christmas market stalls, though sadly I didn't have time to go during my visit. And while it's not a totally traditional Christmas market, the iconic Prater amusement park is another festive stop for your itinerary if you have the time. The centerpiece of this sprawling park is its giant Ferris wheel, once the tallest of its kind in the world, constructed all the way back in 1897. In the shadow of this wheel, you'll find some scattered Christmas market stalls selling the usual stuff like sausages, glühwein, and gifts, with the bonus of funfair rides and games as well if that's the vibe you're going for. There's also some festive bits of Madame Tussauds, but I honestly don't think it's worth going there unless you have it included in some kind of pass like I did. But the main attraction for me was that on one night a year, they host one of the most terrifying festive events in Austria, the infamous Krampus Run. While more of a tradition in the Austrian province of Tyrol, Prater puts on their own edition every year, this year on December 1st. This spooky tradition involves a procession of costumed folk figures like Krampus and Prater, who, with their scary masks and loud bells, aim to scare away the dark spirits of winter, while scaring all its visitors in the process. Scary as the event initially seemed, many of the participants were actually quite sweet. It wasn't until I experienced the real deal in Salzburg a few days later that I realized I was actually getting a PG-friendly kid version here. But you can watch my full Christmas in Salzburg video for more details on that. For now, I'll just say, if you have the chance to attend a Krampus Run, you should definitely go for it. Now, after all that yapping, you might be surprised to hear all this is just the start of Vienna's Christmas market scene. In addition to the main markets mentioned throughout the video, which are open throughout the festive season, there are actually dozens of festive markets that pop up in the city, sometimes just for a week or a weekend. So be sure to research before your trip to diversify your selection. I even found a few stalls just outside of the central train station. There's of course also festive touches and attractions all around town as well, including the Palm Garden at Schönbrunn Palace, where there's a special poinsettia display. Inside the Albertina, where some Christmas decor awaits. And if you're lucky enough, you might even catch a sneak peek of a festive performance when you walk past the gorgeous Vienna Opera House. But for now, I hope you've enjoyed this festive tour of Vienna. Be sure to like and subscribe for more travel videos just like this one, and I'll see you next time. Bye!